Hello, everyone. So, this is in response to a lot of the DMs I've been receiving on my Instagram profile, Next Chef Network. A lot of you, since I've seen the last podcast that I've done with Mr. Whitehorse from CW Dressings, and some of the things that we were covering in that particular interview were and which y'all was asking a lot of questions about, was in large of the process to become a certified veteran-owned business and certified service disabled veteran-owned business. So I want to do this particular podcast just to cover step-by-step instructions, more in-depth instructions on how you, the veteran, could turn your business into either a veteran-owned business or certified veteran-owned business. So just bear with me. I got some footnotes here, just because it is a lot of steps that you have to go through. This is something that's not going to be a 1 week turnaround. It's going to take a little bit of time. All right. So just bear that in mind. Some other things that goes behind your certification processes is, if you had 20 plus years in the military, there are a little bit more documentation that need to be representative of your tenure within the military. Um, and also, just the complete opposite. If you only did one contract term of 3 or 4 years, then and you could show proof that you have been within the military, and of course, we're going to cover this a little bit down the road, or that you got injured while serving in your one contract term, then it's going to be a little bit expedited. So let's go into some of the things that's going to get sent to you, and some most of the stuff that you're going to have to uh, be able to submit and show proof. Now, this is going to be very focused on the National Veteran Business Development Council. And I say it again, the National Veteran Business Development Council. Right? There are other veteran certification bodies. You could go through the VA. That's a very large one, or you could go through the National Veteran Business Development Council. Now, a little backstory before I proceed. You know, my time as the chef and owner of um, New York Fire Wings, I went through the whole process personally when I started out as a product company to become a certified service disabled veteran owned business. And then the person that uh, I interviewed previously, with the owner of CW Dressings, I've also assisted him going through the whole veteran certification processes. So now, reading off my notes here, uh, the first thing that you're going to have to submit is the benefit summary and verification letter. So you'll be able to get those through the VA. All right. So everything we're talking about is pretty much you being a veteran. You are no longer connected by reserve, National Guard, or active duty. You're completely out, you fully ETS'd, you're done with whatever branch of service. So bear that in mind. Uh, you got to get your benefit summary and verification letters. All right, you got to submit that. That shows proof that you are somehow connected uh, to a military branch. Now, the next thing you need to submit is your capability statement. So, in my case, I've again, when I started this process, I had a product company. So, a product company, uh, you have to look at it from a point of what you are in your capability statement. Simply saying, "Hey, I can only produce X amount of products." In my case, my manufacturer could produce X amount of products a month, and this is the way that we operate, stuff like that. So definitely, if you're not familiar with what a capability statement is, do your due diligence. It's a very simple one pager that you have to be able to create and submit on your company's behalf. But it just shows from an operational standpoint the things that you are able to do, with allotted time, um, even on a short notice, the things that you are able to produce in numbers. Now, if you are a service based business, then uh, you're you're going to have to, I believe you'll bypass the capability statement. It's only for those that have products. Now, once you submit those, the National Veteran Business Development Council, we're going to call them NVBDC, moving forward. They will send you a declaration letter. You got to have it completed and submitted, and it shows proof and other info that you are a veteran. Um, Now, you have to also send them a bank letter. All right. Or preferably, if you are in business and you have some transactions underway, um, then, obviously you don't have to submit the bank letter. You could just send them a bank statement. Now, the bank letter uh, is what you'll create. It's on an official company letterhead. It's also a one pager, and it's stating that you do not have an active uh, bank account that you just started. So these is for the people that just started their business, right? And you don't have any meaningful business transactions, right? Why? And on that bank letter, you also want to input why you do not have an active account, and just go into like a little bit of the details of that, right? And remember, professional business letterhead throughout. Now, you're also going to have to send, if you are a product based company, an equipment contract assessment, right? So that's also a one page um, professional letterhead that shows the products you carry. Who creates your products? Is it you? Is it a manufacturer, third party, yada, yada? Who creates the products? The manufacturer information. If you go buy a manufacturer, in my case, I had a manufacturer, so I had to put my manufacturer's full contact, business name, address, everything on there. And they're going to contact your manufacturer, get some verification through him or her. If you have a manufacturer, um, if you are making the products, then you're going to have your contact information, and also stated that you have are making whatever products you're making, right? And again, a production cost. So how much your products cost, how much you are selling your products, um, everything that's product focused. Now, if you're a service um, based company, then obviously you do not have to concern yourself with the equipment contract assessment. They'll send you something else that's a little bit more streamlined. So, people, before I even go further, there's always two sides of the house. It's either you're a product based company or you are a service based company, right? So the stuff that I'm reading off to you first is from the standpoint of being a service based, I'm sorry, a product based company, correction, because I was a product based company when I was going through the certifications. Now, if you're service based, I'm gonna let you know this applies to you, this do not apply to you, or this is a gray area. Another thing is a members letter. Now, this applies to either side of the house. Um, Members letter covers all the owners, or if you're just the owner, it will just be you. Positions, members, meetings, recorded dates is also important, because as an LLC, whether you know it or not, you are actually supposed to hold monthly members meetings to discuss all of the things that's happening in your business, and it has to be recorded and filed. They want to know all those dates. What happened in those members meetings, the your corporation secretary name. The corporate secretary is the person that's supposed to be tasked with uh, the recording and filing of your members meetings. And then if you have sales or a management team, who are those people? They want people names, they want the descriptions of the jobs, the titles, everything. All right. Now, the next thing is the foreign entity letter. Now, the foreign entity letter is another one-page document, um, official company letterhead. Is a statement declaring your business is or is not a foreign entity. Now, if you have an LLC, and how foreign entities work is this very simple. If you have your LLC structured in, let's say, New York, and you operate your business in New York, then you are not a foreign entity, right? So if you operate your business and your LLC is in New York, I'm sorry, if your LLC is in New York and you operate your business in, let's say, California, any other state outside of where you have your LLC housed in, you are then considered a foreign entity, even if it's a state over. So if you have your business LLC held in New York and you were to operate your business in New Jersey, you are a foreign LLC. So you're going to need a one pager explaining the makeup of that, right? Hey, my LLC is done here in this particular state, but I operate my business here, here, here. We are looked at as foreign entities. I got, you know, other legal documents, uh, showing proof that I'm able to operate my business in these other respective cities and states. Uh, Declaration letter. So once you send them uh, those other documents, they're going to send you a declaration letter. That declaration letter, you're going to have to key in just a little bit of information. It's a contract, and it's pretty much saying that you are certifying that all documents, everything that you have submitted, is 100% correct. These are all legal documents, people. So you got to be on point every step of the way. No falsification, no nothing. You got to be squared up, right? And then you're gonna have to submit a request. So they're going to send you this, right? It's called a request pertaining to military records, right? So this is going to be one of the last documents that you're going to have to sign off on. That's going to be sent to you through the National Veteran Business Development Council. This gives them authorization to pull all of your military records, to cross-reference everything that you have given them, so they could verify that you are what you say you are and you have what you say you have. All right. So after that, you're going to have to wait, a couple of days while they cross-reference, they dot the T's, dot the I's, whatever, and eventually, some period, they're going to issue you your certification. You are then going to be a certified veteran-owned business or a certified disabled veteran-owned business. Now, again, what happens when you have these type of certifications and the actual impact that these certifications have on your business moving forward is a lot. So once you become certified veteran business, um, you are going to be put in a very powerful and unique situation. So one of the main benefits with this is it opens up government contracting to your business across the board, whether you're product based, you own food products, so you want to get into dining facilities, military basing, um, government facilities and banquet halls and stuff like that. Um, and don't think just government as in military or department of whatever. Um, we're talking about government as Department of Education. You can get your products and or beverages into schools, into universities, um, anywhere that is governed by a department body. You can segue yourself into those network channels and increase your business and viewership. And another great thing is you can also deal with big box retail stores. So a lot of these retail stores love to see and prefer, like I said in the interview, they prefer businesses to have uh, service disabled, veteran owned business, some kind of certification, minority owned business, um, woman owned business, some kind of certification. Because, like I said before, a lot of these um, big box retailers, Walmart, Target, Costco, Wegmans, um, they they already know that you have been cross referenced and verified. So they already know if you got these certifications, we already trust these certifying bodies to do their due diligence on you. So that's something that we don't have to concern ourselves with. We already know you're good to go. So just come on, let's do business. So it opens up a lot of doors before you actually go through it. And another thing too is you can bid on government contracts. So if you are a service-based business, right, this is going to be for you, right? If you provide services, you could be able to bid on any government contract, federal government, state government, local government, municipalities, townships, counties, anything you could think of. You could be able to bid on any contract given. Now, here is the most critical thing. So there are levels to this. So do not get it construed. So you have to know that, and I think this part is a little bit foundational knowledge. So uh, everybody know in the service industry that there's a certain allocation that has to be given to minority owned businesses, that's given to women owned businesses and all of this other stuff out here. But there are levels, meaning this. Let's say you're bidding for a federal contract, let's say 15 million to do some kind of construction on government buildings. Let's throw that out there right now. $15 million. So the government is going to open it up on SAMS. So make sure your business is also registered if you are a service-based business through SAMS, right? So you can be able to SAMS.gov. So you can be able to get these access to these contracts. Now, they are going to look at all the companies that have submitted themselves through for the contract through SAMS.gov. The businesses that do not have any certification, and yes, it's going to be open to them as well. They're going to be at the bottom floor. They're going to be right here. No matter how much they got, it could be $100 million construction company in this scenario. And we're talking about level of preference, right? This is something they don't tell you. Civilian company, it could be worth 100 million. They're going to be right here. And then the next preference is going to be given to women owned, minority owned businesses. It's going to be the next step up. And then the next level of preference is going to be given to veteran owned businesses. And from veteran owned business, the highest level, unbeatable level. All right. This is the turbocharged. This is the maxed out. This is a given. If you are a service disabled veteran owned business, you're going to have the first preference over everybody else in those other categories I just mentioned. So that's why if you are a service disabled veteran owned business, a lot of that preference will be given to you. And it do not matter if you just started and you have $100 in your business account versus, you got a couple of dollars behind you, 100,000, a million, whatever. It don't matter. Right. So, but at the same time, across the board, you always want to make sure everything that you have going for yourself is 100% like you are ready. You have the team behind you. You have the production capabilities behind you. If you're on the product side, um, you're ready to go. You got your management team. You're locked in because once the government give you the green light, you only got one time with them, and you better not mess up. Because if they give you that green light, they're taking a waged bet. And if you fumble that, you will never get another contract ever again. And if you do, they're only going to throw the cookie crumbs at you. $50,000 contracts, stuff contracts that's lower than 100,000. So they will give you a shot. For if you're unproven, the government will give you a shot at a contract. And you, as a service disabled veteran owned business or a veteran owned business, you'll get those preference. Hey, here's a $80,000 contract. See what you're gonna do with that. You go in, you kill it, you're on time, you're 100% professional, your team, your crew is all professional, 100% spot on job, good. Send it up, they release the money, boom, all that stuff is good. And then you throw in for another contract. And then that's how you ride that system all the way up. So keep those in mind, realize these steps. Also go to National Veteran Business Development Council. I'm going to leave that in the link below. And make sure you go through the processes, register, get that certification. Veterans, it's owed to you. All right. Thank you.